A man who once promised you forever is planning to marry someone else using your story. Archangel Michael says, a betrayal so deep it twists the spirit has been whispered in the ears of heaven. The man who once touched your hands and promised a lifetime has now turned his voice to another, echoing words that were meant for you. What he's doing with your truth, your memories, your story, is beyond cruel. It's manipulation masked in charm. He has painted your pain as his own resilience. He has stolen your smiles and given them as gifts to someone else. And now, he prepares to stand beside another woman, with your history repackaged as his heroic survival tale. You built him when he was nothing. Your nights of tears, your forgiveness, your strength, became the staircase he used to climb toward another. But in the halls of divine judgment, truth echoes louder than deception. He carries your story like a trophy, but heaven sees the fingerprints on every piece he stole from you. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, this is not just a betrayal, it's a rewriting of the past to erase you from it. He has taken the most intimate pieces of you and turned them into vows for a future he never intended to share with you. But heaven is not silent, and neither shall you be. Do not let your silence be their comfort. Your voice matters, and what they call coincidence is in fact calculated cruelty. Even now, as they smile in pictures and toast to new beginnings, they're doing it on top of the grave where they buried your truth. Comment now if you've ever felt a love like that turn into a lie before your very eyes. Type Amen to get blessing 444. He once trembled before losing you. He once said no one else could match what you gave him. But something changed in him, a decision, a manipulation, a new puppet master behind the curtain of his choices. There's a woman beside him who thinks she knows him, but she's holding the version of him you crafted with patience and forgiveness. She sees the refined man, unaware he's wearing a mask stitched from your wounds. And now the worst part, he's using your love letters as his own inspiration. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Archangel Michael says, heaven has recorded everything. The late night calls, the cries he wiped from your face only to turn into lessons on how to love someone else better. He weaponized your healing, polished it, and now he claims it was always his. If you only knew how many of your secrets he handed to her as proof of his emotional depth. If you heard the way he speaks about his journey, you'd cry. Because every step of that journey was paved by your heartbreak and sacrifice. Don't scroll without declaring your spirit will not be silenced. Type Amen to get blessing 777. He is not just marrying someone new. He's giving her your story as if it belongs to them now. They will walk down an aisle built on lies, but the foundation is cracking. There are photos he never deleted. Words you spoke that are still saved in his phone, reshaped and rephrased to become his speeches to her. The ring he'll give her may be new, but the lines he'll whisper are yours. He told her the same nickname he gave you, pretending it came to him in a dream. Type Amen to get blessing 818. You will feel anger, and heaven understands. You will feel confusion, and heaven surrounds you. But do not ever feel like you were replaceable. He didn't replace you. He recycled your essence because he had nothing of his own to give. The woman who stands beside him doesn't know she's living in your emotional shadow. She thinks she's his muse, but you were the original masterpiece he plagiarized from. And soon, the mask will slip. When she learns the truth, it will burn everything they built. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Archangel Michael says, this was seen from the heavens before you could even spell betrayal. There is a line between transformation and theft. He crossed it boldly. And now the universe is aligning not to punish you, but to reward you. You will rise, not with vengeance, but with visibility. The same story he twisted to win her will unravel in public, and your name will resurface not in bitterness, but in divine restoration. You don't need to expose him, he's already under watch. Comment, truth, if you feel this in your bones. Type Amen to get blessing 313. Every time he speaks of love now, the universe hears your voice behind his. Every time he walks into a room with pride, there's an invisible hand pulling the curtain wider. He is being celebrated for something you survived. But justice isn't always loud. Sometimes it creeps into smiles and turns them into sorrow. His wedding day may come, but so will the day her eyes are opened. And when that day comes, she'll seek you for truth. Type Amen to get blessing 606. She'll ask questions, not to blame you, but to understand him. Because she'll feel the emptiness in his words, the hollowness of a man who never lived his own story. She'll want to know who the woman was before her, and why she feels haunted by someone she's never met. You won't need to scream your truth. It will whisper itself in her mind, in her doubts, in her dreams. She will see pieces of you in places he tried to hide them. That's when his castle of lies begins to fall. Type Amen to get blessing 722. And you will be somewhere free. Not crying over him, but blooming beyond him. You will find joy not in his collapse, but in your expansion. The blessings he tried to steal from you will return in another form, greater, bolder, more deserving. And the next person who holds your hand will know the story is yours alone, not borrowed or stolen. Your story is sacred, and it is rising. Type Amen to get blessing 848. Archangel Michael says, the sword of truth has already been unsheathed. You don't need revenge, you need release. Let him have the shell of your love, because your soul was never his to keep. The heavens will make sure every false tale gets undone. This isn't just your heartbreak, it's a testimony in progress. Every stolen moment is being reclaimed in your name. And what is coming for you next will outshine every lie ever spoken. Type Amen to get blessing 999. He will be haunted, not by ghosts, but by memories he can't recreate. He will smile in photos but ache in silence. Because what he used to build this new life was never his to begin with. You gave him gold, and he melted it to paint a mask. But masks break. And when it does, people won't be shocked. You were always the real one. Let the fakers build with your bricks. You're building a palace of your own. Type Amen to get blessing 144. There's someone coming who will never use your story. They'll create new ones with you. They won't repeat words. They'll write new lines every day. They won't replace old memories. They'll respect your past and still offer you a future. You deserve someone who doesn't pretend your light is theirs. Someone who walks with their own soul, not stitched together from broken pieces they stole. And that person is closer than you think. Wait for what is yours. It will be worth the pain. Type Amen to get blessing 202. Archangel Michael says, Watch how the divine turns silence into storms. Watch how what was hidden in darkness begins to leak out in uncomfortable light. He thought the past was buried, but nothing divine ever stays buried for long. He will see your face in every reflection of truth. She will hear your name in the spaces between his sentences. And one day, even he will confess, I built it all on what she gave me. That confession will shatter the illusion. Type Amen to get blessing 171. This isn't your ending. It's your elevation. This heartbreak is not a punishment, it's a cleansing. The tables are turning, the winds are shifting, and you are stepping into the season of being seen, not stolen from. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Type Amen to get blessing 369. He thought he could erase you by pretending you never existed. But your energy was woven into his growth, and no matter how far he runs, your spirit lingers in his choices. He cannot speak of love without echoing your words, and he cannot plan a future without stealing from your past. The smiles he fakes now come at a high price. Every compliment he gives her was once said to you, just recycled, reused, and repackaged. He's not loving her, he's impersonating who he was with you. And the truth always finds a way to burn through falsehood. Type Amen to get blessing 888. There's a man coming who won't need your pain to shape him. He won't need to rewrite your past to validate his worth. He will cherish your story for what it truly is, a journey of resilience, not a stepping stone. You were the prayer he never deserved. You were the light he couldn't protect. And because he mishandled you, the heavens removed you from his grasp. Let him hold her hand. Your fingerprints won't vanish that easily. Type Amen to get blessing 474. He remembers more than he shows. He replays your laugh when silence surrounds him. He feels your absence in ways he can't admit, because the truth is, no matter what he built after you, it's all imitation. There's a loneliness that no crowd can quiet, a longing that no new lover can calm. That's the void your presence carved when you left, and no stolen script can rewrite that emptiness. Type Amen to get blessing 117. He watches your life from the corners. He scrolls through your world, wondering if you know. Wondering if the universe will ever hold him accountable for the theft of your spirit. But what he forgets is, your healing has wings. And you are no longer crying over his betrayal. You're rising because of it. You've become the fire they tried to extinguish. And that flame is turning into a guiding light for others like you. Type Amen to get blessing 222. You will receive a message soon. Not from him, but about him. A truth that was buried is about to come to the surface, and it will shock even those who trusted him most. This new woman will begin to notice the repetition in his words. She will start to feel that she is not the first to receive that special message. And something deep inside her will begin to question where her love story truly began. When she follows that thread, it will lead her straight to your name. Type Amen to get blessing 515. Archangel Michael says, your story is being rewritten by divine hands now. Not to fit anyone else's narrative, but to reflect your own power. He took your words and dressed them in false promises, but they were never his to give. Let them plan their wedding. Let them pose in filtered joy. Because the truth will pierce through the veil like thunder through silence. And the thunder is already rolling. Type Amen to get blessing 939. There's no peace in a life built on borrowed bones. No happiness in love that's stolen. Every vow he whispers will taste bitter on his tongue, because somewhere deep within, he knows, those words were once said to someone else. You are not forgotten. You are not erased. You are the foundation he's trying to pretend doesn't exist. Type Amen to get blessing 383. The woman he's with doesn't know she's walking in your echoes. She doesn't know the bed she now lays in was once your battlefield. But heaven will not let lies flourish for long. She will hear something soon, perhaps a mutual friend, a passing comment, a message that wasn't meant for her, and it will unlock a door. She will step inside and find your truth waiting in every corner. And she'll realize she's living in your shadow. Type Amen to get blessing 141. This is not a time to grieve. This is a time to rise. You are not watching him move on. You are watching heaven remove what never deserved you. Let them pretend. Let them celebrate. It won't last. Because what begins in dishonesty cannot stand beneath divine skies. Type Amen to get blessing 626. The blessings you prayed for are still coming. But they're no longer tied to people who broke you. They're now in the hands of angels who know your worth and want your joy to be real, not recycled. Soon, someone will speak your name in rooms you've never entered. Someone with power, with vision, with sincerity. And they will choose you, not for what you gave someone else, but for who you are in your purest form. They will write new words with you. Type Amen to get blessing 303. You won't need to hide your tears in that next chapter. You won't be afraid of being left behind. Because what's coming has no connection to what betrayed you. It's born from truth, not imitation. And as he tries to retell your story from a different mouth, yours will be written into divine scrolls of survival and beauty. Your name will be remembered, not as the one he left, but as the one who bloomed. And your blooming will be unstoppable. Type Amen to get blessing 919. Archangel Michael says, his betrayal wasn't your punishment, it was your preservation. You were removed from the fire before it could burn the parts of you that still held destiny. He didn't break you, he released you. Don't look back except to see how far you've come. Let the ashes speak their silence. What was meant to destroy you has become your foundation. And what was taken will be returned tenfold. Type Amen to get blessing 787. He will hear about you. Not because you tried to be heard, but because heaven placed your name in someone's path. And when your name is mentioned, it will sting him in places he pretended didn't exist. He will try to explain himself, but it won't matter. Because the one who's meant for you will already be by your side. And they will know, without a doubt, that you were the story worth fighting for. Not borrowed. Not stolen. Yours. Type Amen to get blessing 161. You are not forgotten in this season. You are not overlooked. The story that was misused will be made into a testimony of justice. Divine timing is never late. And while they rush toward a wedding filled with secrets, you are being prepared for a celebration built on truth. The tables are not just turning, they've already turned. And the feast is being prepared for you. Type Amen to get blessing 484. Let your silence now be your strength. Let your healing be your weapon. Let your joy be your revenge. He told her he survived heartbreak. What he didn't say is that he was the heartbreak. And now, that mask is slipping more each day. What was done in shadows will now be judged in the light. Type Amen to get blessing 323. This is your restoration hour. You are not where you were before, and you will never be again. Every lesson taught you how to build stronger, love wiser, and trust yourself more deeply. He may have stolen your words, but you still own your voice. And with that voice, the heavens will make mountains move in your favor. Your chapter isn't over, it's just beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 111. He once held your hands and promised never to let go, but now he uses those same memories as decoration for a lie. He parades your pain as if it's his redemption story, fooling others into thinking he's evolved. What they don't know is, he's still feeding off your truth, hiding behind a smile that you taught him to wear. But heaven has already documented the betrayal. The angels have recorded every instance where your soul was borrowed and misused. And they are not staying silent any longer. Justice is in motion, and your name is being lifted. Type Amen to get blessing 515. He thought your spirit would fade once he turned his back. He thought replacing your presence would erase the imprint of your essence. But some energies cannot be duplicated. Yours is divine, unforgettable, and eternal. He may call someone else's partner now, but your story still lingers in every sentence he shares. He cannot speak of love without channeling the blueprint you left behind. And this truth is creeping into the corners of his new relationship like a fog he cannot clear. Because when something is stolen, it never settles quietly. Type Amen to get blessing 181. There will come a moment where he has to confront himself. It may be in silence, while watching the woman he deceived grow distant. Or it may be in noise, when truths explode during an argument that exposes everything. No matter how it happens, he will realize, he didn't build love, he borrowed yours and ran. He didn't move on, he replicated a version of what he once had with you. And in doing so, he cursed himself with a counterfeit happiness. The unraveling has already started. Type Amen to get blessing 900. Archangel Michael says, there are certain truths that awaken when you least expect them. Just like a seed that cracks beneath soil and reaches upward toward the light, your justice is rising from the depths. The time has come for masks to be removed and for the real to be revealed. He doesn't realize that by trying to erase you, he's amplifying you. You've become the ghost in his fairy tale, the whisper in her dreams, the shadow in his light. And nothing built in pretense can withstand divine fire. It is your name that echoes in the heavens tonight. Type Amen to get blessing 737. You're not imagining the shift, the dreams, the strange signs, the sudden silence in his world. They're not coincidences, they're signals from above that heaven has taken over the script. He may pretend it's all normal. He may laugh and post pictures, but even behind those smiles, there's a weight he can't escape. It's the weight of knowing the love he left is now the lesson he'll never outgrow. Because heaven is not done with him. Type Amen to get blessing 515. The woman by his side is sensing the cracks. She won't say it yet, but she's starting to compare his words to reality. She's noticing the inconsistencies, the pauses, the slips, the times he zones out and disappears into his thoughts. And in those moments, he's back with you. Not because he wants to be, but because he can't escape the memory of who he truly was when he had you. That's what haunts him. And that's what will destroy the illusion he's created. Type Amen to get blessing 292. You don't need to respond. You don't need to react. The divine has already spoken on your behalf, louder than any voice could. Archangel Michael says, the battle has already been fought for you in the spirit. The war is no longer yours to carry, it belongs to heaven now. And heaven is a fierce protector of those who love with purity. Heaven saw every tear you shed when he walked away. Type Amen to get blessing 121. Heaven saw how you forgave, how you waited, how you still wished him well even when you bled. And now, heaven will reward you with a love that never has to be borrowed or stolen or reworded. There's someone destined for you who won't build from your past, but will build beside you. They won't need to hear your old stories to learn how to love you. They'll love you by listening to your heart now. And you will never again feel like a rough draft for someone else's final version. Type Amen to get blessing 555. He watches your progress in silence. Even if he doesn't interact, he's watching, trying to measure your growth, trying to see if you still miss him. But what he doesn't realize is, you're not just moving on, you're ascending. The pain he caused became your power. And every day you breathe freely without him is a day his control crumbles. The chains have fallen. The healing is real. Type Amen to get blessing 177. And though you may feel remnants of hurt, they are fading with each sunrise. You are becoming light. Again, not the kind that needs validation, but the kind that radiates from peace. Your glow is returning. Your laughter is becoming real. And your spirit is too strong to ever be used again. They may have played with your heart, but they didn't win. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, your story is shifting from sorrow to glory. There will come a time, very soon, when you will walk into a room and feel completely at home within yourself. No fragments missing. No regrets clouding your mind. You will not need to explain your pain, because your presence will declare your victory. And the people who once overlooked your value will wish they had seen you for who you truly were. Let them look. Let them remember. But don't let them back in. Type Amen to get blessing 454. He used your love like a ladder. But what he forgot is ladders don't love back. And now, standing at a height he doesn't deserve, he feels more alone than ever. You were the soul he needed, not the one he deserved. And now he's learning, too late, that nothing replaces the kind of love that comes once in a lifetime. He will spend years chasing your ghost. Type Amen to get blessing 242. You are not his mistake, you were his miracle. And he threw it away while looking for something easier to explain. But miracles don't come twice when they're mishandled. The woman he's with now will never see the full truth. But you won't need her to. Because the universe will show you someone who brings clarity without comparison, joy without judgment, and love without lies. And that's when the full circle begins. Type Amen to get blessing 313. He will hear about you again. He will hear how your name is being spoken in rooms of power, in circles of influence, in whispers of divine favor. And he will remember. But by then, it will be too late. You won't be bitter. You'll be booked. Type Amen to get blessing 919. You'll be too busy walking in your blessing to look back at who doubted you. Too full of light to chase shadows. Too aligned with your future to return to any past. And this time, your story won't be rewritten by someone else. It will be written by your own hand, guided by divine light. You are not a chapter. You are the whole book. Type Amen to get blessing 737. He made a vow over your silence. But your silence was sacred. And now, heaven is giving you back your voice. Speak with joy. Walk with truth. Stand in strength. Because what's coming next will make every betrayal look like a footnote. Type Amen to get blessing 300.